Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Shinrin, Yoku, and Yurt Life, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Saturday, January 6th, around 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. It's official. The solar polar fields, both of them have reversed as of November 2023, and we are now entering the minimum phase of cycle 25. What does that mean for us? Well, stay tuned for more info. And happy Insurrection Day. Keep calm. It's boom time. Weather alerts issued across the U.S. as winter storm is expected to hit the East Coast like the most. And also today, just north of the Fort Lauderdale airport was one of the first tornadoes of the year. And it was definitely taking out some infrastructure there in the form of power lines. Take a look at those explosions. Now, this isn't the only footage we have of this tornado. We've got a closer up look from, I think, one of these condos on the other side. Now, you would have been informed on all this hours ago if you followed us on Oppenheimer Ranch Project at Diamond the Dave. Let's take a look at this one.
Whoa! It's moving away.
Did they get right out of the pool? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they did.
Still, look at gathering
right?
in the water. Ryan! Oh my God, Ryan!
Look at all the boats right there.
Oh my God, this is so scary to watch. This is literally my worst fear.
I'm so happy it's going away from me. Oh, it just flipped that boat over!
Oh my God.
Oh, it's gonna run right through this freaking main drag with all these cars.
Wild stuff happening in Fort Lauderdale. Let's take a look at the forecast. Winter storm in the northeast, powerful system in the west, and you can see by the map, winter storm warnings and watches are everywhere. Now, Alaska also having a storm this weekend. A winter storm will bring heavy snow, freezing rain, and flooding to portions of the northern mid-Atlantic through New England. Hazardous travel conditions are likely. Thunderstorms may produce isolated damaging winds and tornadoes in parts of Florida, as we have just seen. Heavy mountain snow and coastal rain across the west coast. A series of strong storms could impact Alaska. Here we can see the current nor'easter in its position, bringing heavy snow to central PA. That's going to bomb out overnight, bringing the heaviest totals to what appears to be southern New York and Connecticut, Massachusetts region. And then it's going to quickly move offshore here Sunday. By Monday morning, some flurries will be lingering, but it will be over. Now, in the west, a different scenario. Let's move this back. Heavy snow for the Sierras overnight. The system is going to be moving east and developing right in the Four Corners region here overnight, bringing us heavy snow all the way down into Baja region of Mexico. So a very cold system tipping very far south. Now watch this system bomb out midweek. This is going to be a heavy rain bringer for the entire region where all that snow fell. So we're going to be seeing some catastrophic flooding on Wednesday as this nor'easter melts all of that snow and puts it right into those rivers. So catastrophic flooding coming for New England after a 1-2 punch. And then right on the backside of the flooding, another nor'easter to bring more rain and snow. And again, another nor'easter, one after the other. It's going to be quite an active January. Let's take a look at the snowfall totals. And we'll just move it through here. Here is Sunday into Monday morning. Most of that system will be done. You can see an area of 16 inches of snow up there, northern Jersey, up near Elk Mountain in Pennsylvania and the southern Catskills, as well as heavy snow moving down into Oregon. It's going to be the big winter chicken dinner with over 17 inches in the high elevation, 12 to 16 for the Sierras. Now let's move this storm through. You can see it move through the Four Corners region, dumping a foot or more right outside my door. And then that system is going to increase in intensity Tuesday, bringing heavy snow to northern Kansas, maybe southern Nebraska. And we'll just move this through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, January 12th. You could pick up the picture. Heavy snow forecast for the rest of the month. Seismic update. No quakes of note after earthquake predictors were predicting a large quake on the west coast of California today or yesterday, that did not develop. Worldwide volcano news update. Ducono to 9,000 feet. Ibu to 8,000 feet. Reventador, 15,000 feet. Liwotolo, 6,000 foot puff today. Nevado de Ruiz to 20,000. Liwotobi to 10,000 feet today. And the Reykjanes Peninsula, they have a new hazard map. Now, uplift is continuing to happen and some down dropping in zone 3, which is indicative of a quiet time before a magmatic eruption. The new hazard map for the region has been updated based on recent measurements from the 5th of January, that's yesterday. The assessment includes seismic activity, ground deformation, and geodetic modeling. The only important change affects risk zone 1, of which the hazard level turned from considerable to moderate. The likelihood of the formation of surface cracks in this area has decreased. No new major fractures in the ground have formed, but there is a high probability of an eruption in zones 3 and 2, as we keep a close eye on the Reykjanes Peninsula and seismicity continues, albeit at low levels. Space weather news update. Some activity, low-level sea flares coming from a new active region turning around the limb, active region 3, 5, 4, 1, while the rest of the sunspots continue to decay in their Earth-facing position. The position of these two sunspot active region groups allow it to be outside of the Earth-facing quiet, and we could see a potential uptick in some more activity before these suns traverse across. Now, an update on the solar cycle 25, coming from Wilcox Solar Observatory. It is now singing the same tune as Patrick P.A. Garrell, January 3rd, 2024 WSO update. The northern polar field has reversed polarity the first time in April 2023, while the southern polar field reversed in October 2023. And the total solar polar field reversal on the sun occurred in November of 2023. The solar cycle 25 solar max may already be in the past, as the 365-day smooth solar flux peaked on June 27th, 2023. So it looks like this might be a long, cold slog down the hill to an early and deep solar minimum, and one of the shortest solar cycles, perhaps, in modern history, where in less than 4 years, all of the solar polar fields have reversed. Have you heard a section of a plane blew out in the middle of the air, making an emergency landing in Portland? It is all over the interwebs. It's crazy. They are flying in a plane with part of the side of the plane ripped off. Look at that. At 30,000 feet there. Got to be cold in there. Now, the good news is that this portion of the plane that ripped out, there was no one sitting there, or they would have been sucked right out of the plane. It's insane. So good news coming, but now there's bad news, and this means that the infrastructure that we are now using is aging, and none of it's getting fixed, and, well, doors are getting sucked out of planes. So, sign of the times. If you want to continue the amazing boom to knowledge, please join us in just a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News, where Leah and I talk about several topics, including global warming is now causing global cooling. We go over the polar vortex, meridional flow, Rossby waves. And in the second half of the show, we dissect Doug Vogt's recurring solar nova theory, as well as the crustal slip hypothesis, using all available data. So join us in a moment if that piques your interest. And that's a boom to knowledge. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance, especially when you're on a plane and the door gets sucked out into space. Please share this video, as we are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe, and we'll see you in a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News for global warming causes cooling, Rossby waves, and Doug Vogt recurring solar nova every 12,068 years.